I'm getting this 73-day downtrend, taking the Fibonacci retracement of this, seeing that the 618 is actually at 55.5, okay? And then if you take this pattern that we're forming right now, we haven't yet completely formed it, but we're forming it. It's kind of like an inverse head and shoulders or a W pattern, whichever you'd like, okay? I'd say it's closer to a W pattern than it is an inverse head and shoulders. Whoops, that is not right. That's not what I wanted to do. Here's what I wanted to do, okay? You see this is one dip. This is the second dip, all right? And the target is just basically the longest of the distance between the head, the furthest from the neckline to the neckline, right? Point of breakout, which would be around here. And that gives a target of exactly where your 618 lies. So I believe that we're targeting the 618. This is where I plan to take profits. And because, as I said in yesterday's video, the nature of the market has changed, okay? The structure of the market has changed. The character of the market has changed. No longer are we in a sideways market, a consolidative, a cumulative market. We're in an up-only market. We're in an impulsive market to the upside, okay? This was a downside impulsive market. This was a sideways market, accumulation, consolidation, right? Sideways price action. This is a new market. So you don't want to overtrade it. You want to find key resistance, key support, buy key support, sell key resistance. Key resistance, it's the 618. Here's your confluence with the pattern analysis. That's where I'm selling my next bag. Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is March 20th, 2022, and Bitcoin is retesting important resistance and turning it into support. Yes, my friends, this is what we call a classic resistance support flip, RS flip, okay? And it's very important to establish in our continuing uptrend. All right, today I'm going to be talking about what Bitcoin's doing, why it's doing it, as well as looking into VRA, a popular altcoin. So if that interests you, watch until the very end. All right, we're on the 5-minute chart, and we can see that I've labeled this correction an ABC correction. It's a regular ABC flat correction, okay? And just like I said, it's likely that we are currently in wave 2 of 3, all right? So let's go on to a larger time frame, 15-minute time frame, and see what I'm talking about, okay? So our initial impulse out of our triangle, our consolidative triangle, was here. I'm actually not going to do that. I'm just going to use a pen. So we had our first wave here. We had our second wave here with this bull flag, all right? We met our target of that with the third wave, all right? And this is wave 1 of, I think, wave 1 of 5 right here. This is wave 1 of 5 of wave 3. So this begins wave 3, all right? This flat correction to me is clearly wave 2 of 3. We're going into wave 3 of 3. If wave 3 is the most impulsive, usually the most impulsive and the longest and the most active of Elliott wave impulses, then expect this next wave to be super impulsive, very explosive, all right? So that's what we're anticipating. And as I said in the beginning of the video, as you can see, we perfectly tested previous resistance. We were under the previous resistance, we broke it, and we retested it. That is what you call an RS flip, okay? And so that's what I'm seeing on the charts. Now, what's our target for wave 3? Actually, I'm not even going to give you a target for wave 3. I'm going to give you a target for the whole move. So let's zoom out on the 4-hourly time frame, and let's actually remove all of this because this is no longer relevant. All right, we've passed all that. let's clean our chart up, okay? And so on the 4-hourly time frame, we can see, let's make sure we're on log. We are. Let's pull a Fibonacci retracement from the top of this move to the bottom, which is here. And you can see where I have this alarm, okay? Right at the 618, all right? And this is where I anticipate our next move to end, all right? Obviously, we may get a wave 4 correction, but that's just a correction between the 236 and 382 of wave 3. So I'm not personally touching my trade, all right? I'm planning to only take profit once we get to the end of wave 5, and I believe the end of wave 5 will be right here, all right? According to Fibonacci retracement tool, this fib of the 73-day downtrend, right, reveals that the 618 is around 52.5, right, 52.6. And taking general pattern analysis of this move, this W pattern that it looks like we formed, or we're forming rather. Let's see. Did I do that right? I don't know if I did that right. Okay, it looks, let me see if I did that right. Maybe I meant to take it from here. This sort of cup and handle or W pattern. I don't know why this is acting. Yeah, maybe it shouldn't be on log. That's probably why. Let's see. Let's try that one more time off of log. Okay. And I think that works right there. That works right there, okay? So it's not 52, it's 55, okay? And it has to be off of log, okay? So that's what I'm getting actually on my Phemex account as well. I'm getting this 73-day downtrend, taking the Fibonacci retracement of this, seeing that the 618 is actually at 55.5, okay? And then if you take this pattern that we're forming right now, we haven't yet completely formed it, but we're forming it. It's kind of like an inverse head and shoulders or a W pattern, whichever you'd like, okay? I'd say it's closer to a W pattern than it is an inverse head and shoulders. Whoops, that is not right. That's not what I wanted to do. Here's what I wanted to do, okay? You see this is one dip. This is the second dip, all right? And the target is just basically the longest of the distance between the head, the furthest from the neckline to the neckline, right? Point of breakout, which would be around here. And that gives a target of exactly where your 618 lies. So I believe that we're targeting the 618. This is where I plan to take profits. And because, as I said in yesterday's video, the nature of the market has changed, okay? The structure of the market has changed. The character of the market has changed. No longer are we in a sideways market, a consolidative, a cumulative market. We're in an up-only market. We're in an impulsive market to the upside, okay? This was a downside impulsive market. This was a sideways market, accumulation, consolidation, right? Sideways price action. This is a new market. So you don't want to overtrade it. You want to find key resistance, key support, buy key support, sell key resistance. Key resistance, it's the 618. Here's your confluence with the pattern analysis. That's where I'm selling my next bag, okay? So that's basically Bitcoin. I'm going to say one more thing about entering the long on this move, because I did enter my long already. You know, now that we're in an impulsive kind of up only price action market, I've upped my leverage a little bit, but if you up your leverage, you increase your risk. So you have to be that much more sort of careful with your entries. So to that end, I want to reiterate what I said in yesterday's instructional video. I did a video about entering a long safely, okay? And essentially, if you want, entering a short safely. And essentially, if you want to figure out how to enter a long safely, use that same information, except flip it. It's exactly the same, okay? Just like here, you have a downtrend, okay? Very clear downtrend. And you don't know when it's going to stop. Where are you going to find support to turn around, okay? You're looking for longs, maybe because you think that you're in an uptrend. All right, first things first, you take a Fibonacci retracement of this move, right? And you see that once again, your 618, your Fibonacci golden pocket shows strong support. So you got a big bounce off of the 618. Okay, that's the first thing. And you know also, according to Fibonacci or according to Elliott wave theory, that the 618 represents the maximum retracement for any wave in an impulse, okay? That's a wave 2 retracement. Can't retrace any more than the 618. So you know that if this is indeed a correction, an ABC correction, this is the furthest it can go. So you're looking out for that. Second thing you're looking out for is you want to make sure you got 5 waves. This is a little tricky to count because you have an ending diagonal, and an ending diagonal is counted 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So basically, the whole thing looks really choppy, okay? You'll see, so you have your A wave, you have your B wave right here, and then your impulse starts right here. So you have 1, 2, 3 waves, right? And then you have a complex 2-wave correction, W, X, Y, okay? And then you resume 1, 2, 3, okay? And then you have your wave 4, 1, 2, 3, simple, okay? Because your wave 2 was complex. And then you have your 5th wave, which is kind of extended, and it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's not that easy to count, but again, just like in shorting, finding shorting safely, you don't want to only rely on your wave count to be able to enter safely. If you do that, there's too much opportunity for risk. There's too much chance to risk entering incorrectly, especially in an ending diagonal where everything looks like a corrective pattern. That's a reversal pattern, right? Right? Your reversal pattern of an A wave, a B wave, and then a pivot to the C. That's pretty much every last move, right? So you have to be very careful. One of the first things you want to do, very simply, is check the length of, try to count 5 waves, and then check the length. Is it a minimum length? The minimum length of any impulse, in my estimation, in my experience, is 2236, okay? I'm not going to go into detail on how I figured that out, but it's just a basic math based on, the minimum extension of a wave 3, minimum extension of a wave 5, okay? And so you take the one wave with the Fibonacci extension tool, retracement of the wave 2, and you see that we've met the minimum 2236. That's the first thing I do, okay? I try to count 5 waves, see that minimum 2236 has been hit, and then I look for key support and resistance, okay? Obviously, we have key support. If you zoom out, we have key support here on this move, okay? You have a kind of cup and handle here that you're forming, all right? And also, remember, we have our, well, I didn't draw that properly, but the one I erased, I think I erased it already. But you have this line of resistance, actually the top of the triangle that I erased, okay? I think you remember it. So we have that. So that's key support. You want to find key support in the market structure. You want to see that your 5 waves have extended to at least the minimum extension of the wave 1. You want to try to count 5 waves, okay? Up until then, it's just observation. Then, finally, you want to look and spy and see if you see a reversal pattern on the small time frame, okay? So small time frame, I'm on the 3-minute time frame. I see an initial break of structure, A wave, okay? And then I see a counter, a B wave, and then I see a small pivot, and I see a 1, 2, or I don't know how to count this. Maybe it's a leading diagonal, maybe 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, okay? And it looks like we're getting wave 2 here, okay? Let's just say that was indeed our reversal pattern and our first wave out of the trend. Basically, what you want to do is you want to wait until you have a higher high. You know, it's cool to be early, but at the same time, remember, you don't want to take too much risk because you just have to be wrong a few times, especially if you're on high leverage and you're out of the game, okay? So just wait until you make a higher high. And then once you make that higher high, wait for the retest and then enter your long. So that's basically what I would do, how I would do it safely. It's pretty much the same thing as the video, as I said, for finding a safe way to short the market. You know, you're using the knowledge of the reversal pattern, these three kind of corrective sequences that we have in Elliott wave theory. All right, now let's look at VRA. And this is a popular altcoin. If you're subscribed to the channel, you'll know that I have a big bag of VRA and I am not looking to sell it anytime soon. All right. Now let's go on the daily and we can see that VRA, much like Bitcoin, has put in a reversal pattern on the daily time frame. Okay. We see this reversal pattern right here. We had, first of all, a big downtrend, okay? Big downtrend, just like in Bitcoin. And then we have an initial break of structure, A wave. We seem to have a B wave, counter to the A wave. And after that, we had what seems to be a sort of triangle, A, B, C, D, and it looks like we're going to break out of E, okay? So we have three sequences of corrective patterns. Like I said, A sequence, B sequence, and then you have your triangle, okay, which would be your last and final sequence. Let me draw that triangle properly. Okay, that's bothering me. It's the OCD in me. Let's draw it properly. There we go. Okay, so you have your A and your B and your C sequence. Again, every reversal pattern involves three corrective sequences, all right? Either flat, zigzag, or triangle. Those are the three kind of corrective patterns. Now, we're looking for a breakout to the upside. Now, what is our target to the upside? Now, we have to go into the larger time frame. So let's go on to the weekly. And you see, just kind of like in Bitcoin, you have this sort of running flat correction, okay? This is A wave, initial break of structure of this move, yeah? A B wave, 3 waves up, and you have your impulse down, right? Now, we can be in a wave 4, just like Bitcoin, or this could be a wave 2. We don't really know, but it's not important, right? We don't really know because this is the whole chart that we have, yeah? There's nothing more. So assuming that this is indeed a corrective pattern that has continuation to the upside, I think the best thing to do here is just like Bitcoin. If you're going to trade this, okay, if you're going to trade this on the medium term, you take your Fibonacci retracement of this downwards move and you target the 618 because you're likely going to get a rejection there, okay? A significant rejection there. So that would be a good place to take profit. Then you get back in at key support, okay? If that is indeed the case, you're going to take your 5 waves up until that key resistance and then measure the 382 of that move to get back in, right? That's the minimum retracement for a wave 2. And then just keep riding it up, yeah? Ride it up. Once Bitcoin finds its 5th wave of wave 5, because my larger term analysis shows that we're in wave 5 of wave 3, okay? Wave 3, you know, that started from 2012. We're in wave 3. We're in wave 5 of 3. Once Bitcoin puts 5 waves in, then likely it's going to be time to take profits for VRA as well. So I would trade VRA by using Bitcoin as a proxy, given the fact that we don't have a complete chart. But it is also possible for you to take profits at key resistances, and you already have this information of this downtrend, and you know that the 618 is going to offer key resistance. So that would be basically how I play this. Now, what is a projection for where we can go with VRA? I mean, it's really, it's really hard to say, given that we don't have much information. However, if this is a wave 4 and we have 5 waves to go after this, right? We have 5 waves. Then I would say that whatever this was, we can take the 618 of this move, right? Let's just imagine and assume the 618 of this move, which would give us 22 cents minimum projection, okay? Minimum projection. I would say 22 cents minimum, okay? But it's likely that we go much higher, given that, if we only went 22 cents, that would represent about 1,000% appreciation, okay? About 1,000% appreciation. But given my analysis on Bitcoin, and let's do that really quickly. Actually, we're running out of time. But given my analysis on Bitcoin, if Bitcoin's going to do around the same, right, 1,000%, then you know that any altcoin, especially smaller market cap, is going to do much more. So I anticipate a much higher target for VRA, probably multiple dollars, okay? So that's it for me. Hope this was helpful. Hope this was useful. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification, and we'll see you guys.